In NCAA Division II, student-athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student-athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student-athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside Royal Brewing Pavilion in Seattle, Washington. We got a good one on tap coming up for you here. The 25th ranked St. Martin's Saints are in the building, about an hour to the south of Seattle in Lacey, and good rivalry here. The Falcons coming in 6-4 in conference. They're just 10-11 overall, and really kind of we're struggling to begin the season, but they have kind of gotten the ship righted here in the month of January. They went 6-3 in that month. St. Martin's went 5-3 in the month of January. They're 18-5 though overall, 7-3 in conference. And this is a matchup of the third and fourth place teams in the conference. If Seattle Pacific can get this one, they would end up tied with St. Martin's. If they were to lose this one, they would drop back down, and just behind them, I mentioned Seattle Pacific is at 6-4. Western Washington, MSU Billings, and Alaska Fairbanks all 5-5, and so a lot to be determined as we get ready for the GNAC tournament coming up in early March. But yeah, this will be an interesting game coming up here. Greg Sexton with you on the SPU webcast. The Saints coming off a loss at Billings, and really these teams, none of them have lost a home game in the month of January. They each lost 3 games in January, but all on the road. The Falcons dropped one at St. Martin's in early January. They did not have Trace Evans in that game, and they do have him back now. Let's take a look at the coaches and the lineups here. Aaron Landon is the head coach for the Saints. He's going to go with a lineup that features Miles Samuels, a senior out of West Palm Beach, Florida. Jaden Nielsen-Skinner, a redshirt senior from Salem, Oregon. Marcel Stevens, a senior out of Beverly Hills, California. Gavin Gilstrap, a senior from Spokane Valley, Washington. Jay Sean Moore, a senior from Detroit, Michigan. All seniors for the Saints. Falcons are going to go with all juniors, basically. Here is the opening tip with Gilstrap going up against Jackson Knapp. And a little bit of a loose ball there off the opening tip, but Moriarty collects it for the Falcons. Owen Moriarty, a junior from Seattle, Washington. Jackson Knapp, a junior from nearby Newcastle, Washington. Jonas Latour, a redshirt sophomore from Poulsbo, Washington, as Moriarty with a couple of defenders on him, and they call a foul on Miles Samuels. Mason Landek is a redshirt junior from Cashmere, Washington, and Trace Evans, a junior from New South Wales, Australia. So Latour, the only sophomore in the lineup, and he gets the ball, and it's knocked away by Marcel Stevens, and he takes it the other way, lays it up over Latour, and the Saints are on the board with the first bucket here in this game. They lead 2-0. As Landek will get it to Moriarty in the front court for SPU. And Latour going to take a three, and that one's off the back iron. Long rebound comes out to Landek, though. And Landek will get it to Evans at the bucket, and he lays it up and in. Good assist there by Landek as he drove, and they were looking for him to shoot that one. He found Trace Evans instead, and Evans, as I mentioned, did not play in the game in Lacey on January 2nd. Here is Samuels, and he's a little too strong on that attempt, and Evans goes to the floor, and they're going to call him for a travel. Thought there was a little contact there, but they call Evans for the travel, and so the Saints will keep possession. Nielsen Skinner will get it in to Moore, and they work it back to Nielsen Skinner on the left wing. Drives the lane, kicks it to Gilstrap. Evans on him, and Gilstrap can't get up from underneath the basket, and it's out of bounds. Falcons will take it back. As he was trying to, Gilstrap was trying to reverse that one up and in, and Evans with the good defense there, and ends up forcing the ball back to the Falcons. 2-2 score early going here from Royal Brown Pavilion on first Saturday in February. It is February 1st today as we turn to a new month. As there's a three from the corner from Jonas Latour, and the Falcons go up 5-2. Miles Samuels on the left wing for the Saints. And now Nielsen Skinner taking a three from the right wing, and that was all net for Jaden Nielsen Skinner, the transfer out of Portland State University. He's been at St. Martin's for a few years now. And the Saints have had a lot of success in recent years. Falcons with the pass there from Evans to Knapp. And Jackson Knapp with the bucket. And Trace Evans the assist there. And the Falcons go back in front 7-5. Falcons lost Shaw Anderson in particular, who broke the SPU career scoring record. But kind of a younger team. There's Nielsen Skinner, another three. And that one is good. And it's 8-7, St. Martin's with the lead. Kefri Fazio, second-year head coach for the Falcons. And there is, this is going to go out of bounds. It's going to go back to the Falcons. But Marcel Stevens coming up with a steal there, or don't know that they're going to give him a steal on the stat sheet. He was able to force that one into the backcourt, though. And the Falcons are going to have possession back. Fazio is in his second year coaching the Falcons, and Aaron Landon has been around a little longer than that. He took over right before COVID. Knapp has that one blocked, and going back the other way are the Saints. Here is a three on the way from the left wing from Thomas, and no good on the shot. We get a foul on the rebound. Marcel Stevens, rather, the one taking the shot there. Owen Moriarty commits his first foul, and Emmanuel Olodele checks in. He's out of Niagara Falls, Ontario, so Niagara Falls on the Canadian side, and he transferred from Simon Fraser, also in the GNAC. Here's Samuels, and he'll get it to Gilstrap, who will this time get it up and in, going under the rim. And Gavin Gilstrap on the board, and the Saints lead it 10-7. Here's Evans, double teamed, and tried to get it to Moriarty, but the Saints break it up and take it the other way. Falcons have turned it over a few times so far in this one. Miles Samuels getting the screen and shoots the three, and it's no good. Had an open look and couldn't hit it. And the Falcons take the rebound down, and they head back into their front court, trailing by 3. Landek to Latour, finds Evans in the post, kicks it out. Moriarty, a 3 on the way, and that one goes down for Owen Moriarty. Moriarty had 24 the other night against Western Oregon. Falcons actually defeated Western Oregon twice in January. There is a bucket by Marcel Stevens as he got into Evans, created a little bit of contact, and leaned back and hit the shot. And the Saints go back up by 2, 12-10. Landek feeds it through to Moriarty. He's got a couple of defenders coming up on him, and he's able to draw the foul. And this will take us to our first media timeout of the game with 15-10 remaining. They're going to call the foul on Gilstrap. 15-10 remaining here in the first half, and St. Martin's leads by 2, 12-10. We'll be right back on the SP webcast.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
12-10, St. Martin's over Seattle Pacific as we come back from the timeout. And Owen Moriarty going to the free throw line. Falcons will sub in Nakia Schoonerstedt and Henry Sandberg. And Moriarty for 2 shots. The Saints will sub in Dyson Lighthall. And they also have Olodele out there, as I mentioned before the timeout, as Marcel Stevens stays on the floor. Miles Samuels and Jaden Nielsen-Skinner. And Moriarty gets both free throws to go. He's pretty much automatic from the free throw line coming into this one as an 89% free throw shooter. Shot goes up and it's off the mark, and the rebound tapped out to Moriarty. And the Falcons back the other way with an opportunity to take the lead on this possession. Tied at 12. Here's Knapp in the corner, and Sandberg will drive and kick out. Knapp and Landek were kind of both in the same spot. But here's Landek now taking a 3, and that one rims off. And the rebound to Miles Samuels. Saints going back the other way, trying to take the lead back. Screen from Lighthall. And now Stevens kicks it over to Nielsen-Skinner. He'll kick it back to Lighthall from a jumper from the free throw line, and that one is off the mark. And the Falcons back the other way with the rebound. 12 apiece. I mentioned at the top that these are the 3rd and 4th place teams in the conference. The Falcons in 4th, trying to get into a tie for 3rd with St. Martin's. And here's Moriarty getting into the lane and overshoots that one just a bit. And the Saints with the rebound back the other way. Nielsen Skinner for Stevens. And Stevens drives, kicks it to Lighthall, and Lighthall is fouled. And Dyson Lighthall going to the free throw line. He's a junior out of Chandler, Arizona. And Jackson Knapp commits the foul here, sending Lighthall to the free throw line. 13:44 to play in the first half. And Lighthall misses on the first. Lighthall is a 59% free throw shooter. And second one is up, and that one pops out. And Jackson Knapp with the rebound. Jackson Knapp leads the conference in rebounding as he comes in averaging 9.8 rebounds a game. And Falcons trying to get something going on this possession and able to kick it out and trying to get it to Schoenerstedt, and Nielsen Skinner will tap it out. It'll stay with SPU. Landeck will inbound to Knapp with 8 on the shot clock. And here's Sandberg getting an open shot from the corner, and that one is off the mark. Saints with the rebound. We've been stuck on 12-12 for a little bit here. Samuels out to Nielsen Skinner. Back to Samuels, being guarded by Landeck. And he will back down and kick it out. Nielsen Skinner thought about it. Decides to drive instead. Goes up over Landeck and scores and draws the foul. Nielsen Skinner gets on the board again for the Saints. And he now has 8 points. And he will go to the free throw line. Marcel Stevens will check out. And Diego Trejo Delgado out of Camargo, Mexico will come in. And Trejo Delgado can score the ball. He averages, as Nielsen Skinner completes the three-point play, Trejo Delgado averages over 12 points a game. And we get a whistle, and we're going the other way. So the Saints with a 3-point lead will take it back. Jonas Latour will come back in. He'll come get Mason Landeck. 12:44 to go in the first half. And the Saints with a 3-point lead. Lighthall will get it to Nielsen Skinner, being guarded by Moriarty. Going to get a screen, and he's going to put up the shot, and it's off the mark. Offensive rebound, though, to the Saints. And here's Oludele. And he lost it. Latour picks it up and brings it back the other way for SPU. They get into the half court, and Moriarty thought about it. Gets it into Knapp instead. Schoenerstedt in the corner for Sandberg, and that one misses as the Saints go back the other way. Oludele getting around Knapp and leaves it short, and Knapp was able to force a little bit of an arc on that one, make it a difficult shot. And the Falcons with possession again. Moriarty gets it to Schoenerstedt, and now Knapp will put up the jumper in the lane, and that one is off the mark as Lighthall collects the rebound. And here is Samuels going up over Schoenerstedt, and Miles Samuels puts it in. Kefri Fazio wants a timeout here. His squad is down 5. And we have 11:32 remaining in the first half. We will step aside here on the SPU webcast. Saints by 5. And we'll be right back in just a moment. Back inside Royal Brown Pavilion in Seattle, Greg Sexton with you on the SP webcast. And the Saints lead the Falcons by 5 coming out of the timeout with 11:32 to go. In the first half, Falcons come out with Grant Coleman. Landeck will come back in. Sandberg, Latour, and Evans. And for the Saints, it'll be Oladele, Samuels, Nielsen, Skinner, Lighthall, and Trejo Delgado on the floor for the Saints. And Coleman will get it to Landeck. Saints are making it a little difficult for the Falcons to get it across. And now Coleman double teamed there. He's able to get it back to Sandberg, though. And the Falcons able to set up a possession down halfway through the shot clock and more than halfway now. Here's Coleman. And he'll kick it out to Sandberg. Sandberg has to kick it to Coleman for a 3 from the corner. And Coleman knocks it in. Big shot there from Grant Coleman. And the Falcons back down by 2. Here's Nielsen Skinner on the other end, though, taking another 3. That one's off the mark, and the rebound tapped out to Mason Landeck. And the Falcons with an opportunity to tie or take the lead on this possession. Latour gets it to Sandberg. And now Evans has it knocked away. He's able to regain control. And feeds Latour coming down the lane. And then Latour has that one rim off. And last touch by the Saints, though. The Falcons will keep possession. As seen a lot of improvement over the course of the year, particularly from Landeck and Latour. And in particular with, as that one is blocked from behind. Evans, though, gets it back and gets another shot up, and that one blocked as well. Saints back the other way. Here's Nielsen Skinner. And he'll kick it out to Samuels. Latour's always been able to shoot the 3. There's a nice pass there. Lighthall blows the lay-in, and the Falcons are able to collect the loose ball. But we've seen Latour out of post game, and he's been taking more balls to the bucket. And this time, tried to get it to Evans, and it does not connect there, as Latour and Evans were not on the same page. St. Martin's will take possession back as Jay Sean Moore checks back in for them. Here is Trejo Delgado from the top of the key, misses on the 3, and we get a whistle on the rebound. And this one going SPU's way. Miles Samuels called for the foul. And the Falcons take it back, down 2. Neither team shooting a particularly great percentage in this game. Jackson Knapp will come in for Trace Evans. Both teams under 40% from the field, as the Saints are shooting 39%, the Falcons at 33%. We've had a lot of shots end with, or a lot of possessions end with missed shots and rebounds going back the other way. Here's Landeck. We'll get it to Moriarty, and Moriarty creates a little bit of contact, couldn't get the shot to go, and looked like the Saints took it out of bounds, but they're going to say that it's off the Falcons. Marcel Stevens will check back in, and Omer Egepeksari, a redshirt sophomore out of Izmir, Turkey, is onto the floor now for the Saints. Stevens with the ball on the left wing and throws it over Egepeksari, out of bounds. And the Falcons will take it back. Saints have taken good care of the ball so far, but not on that possession. Neither team has committed a ton of turnovers yet to this point. Coleman will get it to Latour. He's got 2 defenders on him as the Saints are in a zone. Here's Moriarty to Landeck. And Landek's going to take a three. And Landek puts in the three. And Mason Landek gets his first 3 points of the game. And gets the Falcons out in front 18-17. Didn't have a lot going on that possession. Landek decided to go ahead and take the three, and it worked out for him. Stevens gets into the lane, and that one rims off, but the rebound comes out to Jayshawn Moore on the left side. We get it to Ege Peksari. And now Moore in the post. Landek on him. Kicks it out to Ege Peksari, and he will get it down the lane and get it back to Moore for the lay-in. Good find there from Ege Peksari. And Moore with the lay-in puts the Saints back in front 19-18. Landek finds Coleman going to the bucket, and Coleman gets the shot up. Can't connect on it, but he draws the foul. This will take us to another media timeout with 7:34 to go here in the first half. Good ball game here from Royal Brown Pavilion. 19-18, St. Martin's with the lead. We'll be right back on the SP webcast.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
19-18, St. Martin's with the lead as we welcome you back inside Royal Brown Pavilion in Seattle. Greg Sexton with you on the SP webcast. And to this point, the Saints now shooting 40%, the Falcons at 35%. Falcons are 4 out of 7 from downtown, but and they've out-rebounded the Saints 12-10. Grant Coleman going to the free throw line. The Falcons have turned it over 5 times and the Saints just twice. Coleman knocks in the first free throw, though, and we're tied up at 19. And Trace Evans is going to come in for Grant Coleman, I believe. So they did not. Evans is not coming in quite yet. Coleman misses the shot off the back iron, gets his own rebound, and can't make the follow-up attempt there. And Evans will remain on the floor. Here is a three from Oladele, and he can't get that one to go. And Latour comes down with the rebound for SPU. So Evans will have to wait to get in to till the next dead ball. 19-19 your score. Landek for Latour, and now Coleman kicks it out. Back to Landek. Landek looking for somewhere to go. Gets it to Latour. He puts up the three, and he puts it in. And the Falcons shooting the ball from downtown in this one, as they are now 5 out of 8 from distance, 22-19. And the Falcons with Latour getting a hand in there, and now this one's going to get into the backcourt, and it's a turnover. And the Falcons will take it back, leading by 3. Jaden Nielsen-Skinner going to get back in the game for the Saints, as Trace Evans comes in for SPU, and Miles Samuels also in for St. Martin's. 6:42 to go, first half. And the Falcons up 3. And this one really going to be a big game in terms of the standings. Falcons with an opportunity to get up into a third-place tie with the Saints. The Saints would go 0-2 on the week. This one, Evans is able to catch it and get it to Knapp. Knapp drives down the lane, and the shot clock expires as Knapp was unable to draw iron on that attempt. And the Saints come right back the other way. Stevens will go baseline, kick it out to Nielsen Skinner. Now Samuels will stop at the free throw line and put it up over Evans and put it in. Miles Samuels drove a couple of steps in and decided to stop there and shoot it. And Samuels now with 4 points. Here's Evans, had it knocked away, gets it back. Gets it to Moriarty for a three. And that one rims around, falls out. They're going to get a foul on Evans here on the rebound. And we're going the other way. St. Martin's takes it back. Evans commits his first foul. 5:50 to play in the first half. And a pretty tight one here so far from Royal Brougham this afternoon. Here's Samuels backing down on Knapp. Backing down some more and is off balance and misses the shot, and Knapp with the rebound. Knapp able to contest that one and then rebound it as well. Knapp kicks it over in the opposite corner to Latour, and his three is off the mark. Here's Samuels. And now Nielsen Skinner with it. Gets it back to Jayshon Moore in the post. Trying to go up over Trace Evans. Gets the shot up and couldn't connect on it though. And Jackson Knapp flies in for another rebound. Falcons lead it by a point as we get under 5 minutes to play here in the first half. I was talking about earlier Jonas Latour kind of becoming a more well-rounded player. Mason Landeck throws it to Moriarty, and Moriarty can't handle it cleanly. Try to get it back to Evans, and he's unable to control it as well, and the Saints take it back the other way. Here's Nielsen Skinner. A three from the corner, and he puts the Saints back in front. 24-22. St. Martin's takes the timeout here with 4:34 to go in the first half. Nielsen Skinner with 12 points to lead the way for the Saints as Aaron Landon having a conversation here with Jayshon Moore, and I think he's all right. This will be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. With Landeck, the improvement I noticed out of him is just that, you know, he was kind of forcing things early in the season and just making some careless decisions with the ball, and has really kind of settled in and allowed the game to come to him. He's making more sound decisions and just playing with a little bit cooler head than he, I think, was at the beginning of the season when he was really trying to make a big splash, new to the Falcons roster. And now he's got a few games under his belt and is playing much better. And Falcons with possession and Landeck with it, as the Falcons have an opportunity here to tie or take the lead. Knapp is going to shoot the three, and that one goes down, and they're going to call it a two. He had a foot on the line. So Knapp with a long two, about as long of a two as there is. Had a foot, just a toe on the line there. And the Saints will take it back. Nielsen Skinner with 12 already in this game. Gets it to Marcel Stevens, and Stevens drives and feeds it back to Trejo Delgado. And Diego Trejo Delgado will draw the foul. And this one going to go on Latour. Jonas Latour picks up his first foul. And we get to another media timeout here with 3:56 to go in the first half. Good ball game here. 24 apiece from Royal Brougham Pavilion. We'll be right back in just a moment. Back inside Royal Brown Pavilion, tied at 24 as they're playing jump around, and the PA announcer Mark Ockett was trying to get the fans to jump around. One guy did participate, but really a fairly subdued crowd. Probably if they sold alcohol here, that might be a little different story, but that's not the case here. Nielsen Skinner will inbound to Trejo Delgado. And now here's Stevens kicking it out to Samuels. And Trejo Delgado takes a three from the corner and he puts it in. And the Saints lead it by 3, 27-24. Landek across midcourt for the Falcons. There's a lot of threes on both sides in this game. Here's Landek pulling up for a long two, and he puts it over the rim. And the Saints with the rebound back the other way as Ege Peksari will collect the rebound and now drive down the lane. Now Stevens coming down the lane up over Evans, and that one hits the back iron and rims out. And the Falcons with the rebound. Not a lot of offensive rebounds in this one so far, as the women, SPU's women, played Montana State Billings earlier, and both teams had double-digit offensive rebounds in that game. That was a theme as the Falcons dropped that one. Jackson Knapp scoops it up and in with the right hand and gets the Falcons back to within a point. Falcons had, the women's team, had the lead for a lot of that game against the Montana State Billings Yellow Jackets. There's Trejo Delgado with the jumper in the lane. And the Saints back up by 3. But the Falcon women unable to close the deal. Landek is blocked, and they're going to get a foul on Trejo Delgado. And it was the official that was out near the scorer's table that made the call. I have the kind of the opposite look at it from above the court on the end to your right. And I didn't see a foul by Trejo Delgado, but Landek gets bailed out there. And Trejo Delgado got the ball. Landek misses on the free throw. And he will get another one coming up here with 2:26 to play in the first half. And this one is up and rattles home. And the Falcons down 2. Grant Coleman back in for SPU. And Dyson Lighthall back in for St. Martin's as well. Nielsen Skinner and Moriarty almost able to tap that one away. Nielsen Skinner hangs on to it. Gets it to Diego Trejo Delgado backing down Landek. And now Nielsen Skinner is going to pull up for a long 2 over Grant Coleman. And Nielsen Skinner's got 14 in the ballgame. 31-27, Saints by 4. Under 2 to play here in the first half. Here's Evans in the post going up against Lighthall. Kicks it out to Landek. He's going to take a 3. And Landek hits another one. Mason Landek a couple from downtown. And he's got 7 in the ballgame. And the Falcons are within a point. Lighthall going up against Evans in the post. Lighthall steps back, shoots over Evans, and puts it in. Evans at 6'9", and Lighthall at 6'8". Good post matchup there. Here's Knapp getting in the lane. Couldn't get the shot to go. Gets the rebound, or gets the loose ball rather. Misses the shot, but Evans is there for the rebound and the putback. And the Falcons back within a point again. 33-32 now. Nielsen Skinner drives down the lane, kicks it to Lighthall. And Lighthall going up against Evans in the post again. And this time, Lighthall is able to get another one up over Evans. And puts the Saints up by 3 again, 35-32. 45 seconds to play in the first half. Lighthall with back-to-back buckets for the Saints. Here's Landek on the left wing being guarded by Nielsen Skinner. Gets it to Evans, and now Landek is going to shoot the 3 and get fouled in the act. As Nielsen Skinner commits the foul, Evans was setting the screen for Landek to get that 3 in the air. And Landek will go to the line for 3 shots. Landek's been shooting well from the free throw line. He's 1 out of 2 so far in this one today. 74% on the season. But he's been getting the line more often lately as he cashes in the first free throw. Henry Sandberg actually is at the scorer's table. I thought he had checked in, but now he's coming in as Landek misses on that free throw. Sandberg in for the Falcons and Gilstrap in for the Saints. And Landek 1 out of 2 with a 3-shot foul, and he gets 2 out of 3. So he gets the Falcons back within a point again, 35-34. St. Martin's with the shot clock off. As that one knocked away by Moriarty, he's able to save it. Or no, he ended up with a foot on the line, and it'll stay with the Saints. He was trying to keep that one in bounds. But the officials said that he did go out. Jacob Harper will check in for St. Martin's for the final 16 seconds of the first half here. And he gets it into Jaden Nielsen-Skinner. And Nielsen-Skinner is going to dribble some of the clock here. And this one kicked out by the Falcons. 7.3 left. That was Coleman. As the Saints trying to get the last shot of the first half. Gilstrap for Harper. And now Trejo Delgado up over Knapp. Turned the other way. Was going to go inside and went back outside and missed the shot. That ends the first half. The Saints lead by 1 after one half of action here from Royal Brown Pavilion. It's been a tight ball game all the way. St. Martin's leads at 35-34. We're going to step aside for close to 10 minutes here, and when we come back, we will recap the first half for you, and we will take a look at scores around the GNAC this afternoon. The top 2 teams in the conference playing each other, so we'll definitely look in on that one, Northwest Nazarene and Central Washington. But we will, for now, take a break here on the SPU webcast. And the Saints with the lead at halftime.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Welcome back inside Royal Brown Pavilion. Greg Sexton with you on the SPU webcast. Tight ball game here throughout the first half, as the largest lead was 5 for the Saints and it was 3 for the Falcons. So these teams have not been separated by more than 2 possessions this whole game. Saints lead at 35-34 at the break, and they're shooting a little bit better from the field overall, 47%. From the floor to 39% for SPU. SPU is hitting from downtown 6 out of 11 for a 55% clip, and the Saints were 4 out of 11, 36%. At the free throw line, the Falcons 6 out of 9, the Saints 1 out of 3. So both teams with some multiple missed free throws, but the Saints only got to the line 3 times and only knocked down one of them. 19-13, the rebounding edge for the Falcons, and the reason one of the reasons why the Saints are up a point, though, the Falcons have turned the ball over 7 times in this game, and the Saints just 3 times. So the Saints have taken better care of the ball than the Falcons have. They've gotten to the bucket a few times as well. 16 points in the paint to 8 for the Falcons. And good ball game though going on here from Royal Brown Pavilion this afternoon. We'll see how things turn out in the second half. So far in this one, Jaden Nielsen-Skinner leading the charge for the Saints, 14 points on 5 out of 7 overall from the floor, 3 out of 5 from distance, and he's got a rebound as well. Other than that, nobody scored more than 5. Diego Trejo Delgado with 5 off the bench. Played 11 minutes and went 2 out of 4, 1 out of 2 from downtown. Part of that 5 points that he has, and then 3 other players with 4, Stevens, Samuels, and Lighthall for the Saints. For the Falcons, they don't have anybody in double figures. Mason Landeck has 9 points halfway through this one. 2 out of 4 from the floor overall, 2 out of 3 downtown, and 3 out of 5 from the free throw line. And he's got 3 assists and 2 rebounds as well. 6 points apiece from Jackson Knapp and Jonas Latour, 5 from Owen Moriarty. Knapp has 7 rebounds to go with his 6 points. And good second half coming up here for you. Looking forward to it. Let's take a look around the GNAC. Montana State Buildings with a win over Western Oregon. They go to 6-5, and it was a 22-point win over Western Oregon. Western Oregon in last place in the conference, and they just lost here on Thursday. They go into Billings this afternoon and lose by 22. Western Washington and Alaska Fairbanks in a tight one late. And those teams are both 5-5 at the moment. And actually, Western Washington now up 6 on Fairbanks with 3:56 to go in that game. Now make it 3:50 to go in the game. 78-72, Western Washington with the lead. Still 3:50 to go there. So Fairbanks with some time to make a run. Western Washington is outscoring Alaska Fairbanks 43-30 in the second half in that game. So Western Washington at this point trying to close the deal. That game is in Fairbanks, but they still have a ways to go. Central Washington hosting Northwest Nazarene, and this one was supposed to be a 4 p.m. tip, and I cannot get any stats from this game. They may have started a little bit late. I don't know if it was part of a doubleheader, but they should be well underway by this point. And either the stats link is not working, or either way, I'm not able to get stats from that game, unfortunately, because that is the top 2 teams in the GNAC going head to head, both 7-2. And so we'll see how that one plays out. The winner of that game will be in first by themselves in the GNAC. And the loser will drop into potentially second or maybe third. If St. Martin's wins this game, then the loser of the Northwest Nazarene Central Washington game would actually drop into third. St. Martin's would pass them. But if Seattle Pacific can get this game, they get into a third-place tie with St. Martin's, and they'll be right near the top of the conference standings. One of those teams, Northwest Nazarene and Central Washington, going to be 8-2. Seattle Pacific looking to go to 7-4 if they can pull this one out here at Royal Brown Pavilion. And we are ready for the second half of action. And both teams, as per usual, with their original starting five out there. As Samuels tried to get that one up over Landeck, and Landeck able to play enough defense on that one to contest the shot and force a miss. And now Landeck back the other way for SPU. Here's Knapp, and he thought about it, gets it to Latour in the corner instead. Now Evans in the post being double teamed. He'll kick it out to Landeck for a three, and Mason Landeck gets another one. He's got 3 threes in the ball game and 12 points overall. And the Falcons lead it by 2 now, as this one missed by Gavin Gilstrap, as he had that one up on the rim, and it was contested there by the Falcons. And it ends up back in SPU's possession, as Moriarty is able to gain control of that one, get it back out to Landeck. Now Moriarty on the left wing. This one tapped away and stolen, and it's going to be thrown back down the court, and Moriarty's the only one there. So the Falcons get it back into the front court. Moriarty on the left wing. Knapp in the post. Here's Latour for a three from the corner, and that one rims off. Saints with Nielsen Skinner going cross court to Samuels. And now Samuels drops it off for Gilstrap, and he will throw it down with 2 hands and tie the score at 37 apiece. Gavin Gilstrap rocks the rim. Senior out of Spokane Valley, Washington, and a transfer from Idaho State. 37 apiece. Here's Moriarty to Latour. And Latour will get it to Landeck at the free throw line. Turnaround jumper rims out. And here's Jayshon Moore back the other way for the Saints. Miles Samuels. Evans on him. And he'll go to Nielsen Skinner. Gets a screen. Latour out on Nielsen Skinner. And now here's Samuels stepping back, shooting over Evans, and puts it in. And the Saints back in front, 39-37. And this game has been tight the whole way. Knapp gets it to Landeck, thought about it. Back to Knapp. And now in the post for Evans. Evans goes to his left, reverses it up, and couldn't get the shot to go down, as he got underneath the rim and a little too strong from that side of the rim. Samuels misses on the shot, though, for the Saints, and Landeck the rebound for SPU. Mason Landeck being guarded by Marcel Stevens. And now Moriarty with the ball. Latour and Moriarty, they play catch. Now Evans will get it through to Knapp. And Knapp trying to get the shot up, unable to. The Falcons work it back out. Moriarty going to take the three, and that one rims off. But the shot clock is reset. Evans pulls the offensive rebound down and takes it away. Takes it to the bucket and lays it up and in. As Evans had that one knocked away momentarily, but he was able to get it right back. And had a good, easy path to the bucket there. We're tied at 39. Here's Marcel Stevens in the front court. And now Samuels with it. Samuels pulls up and shoots over Evans and puts it in. And we get a whistle, some contact on the rebound, and Jayshon Moore is going to get whistled for a foul. Diego Trejo Delgado will come in, and he'll actually come in for Gavin Gilstrap. So, first foul on Moore, and he'll remain out there. Saints up by 2, and the Falcons again trying to tie or take the lead. Landeck is blocked out of bounds by Trejo Delgado, and the Falcons will keep it. But we will get under 16 minutes here, so We'll get to a media timeout with 15:58 to go. Falcons with possession. Saints up by 2, 41-39. Good ball game here from Royal Brown Pavilion. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back on the SP Webcast.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
$15:58 to play. 41-39. St. Martin's with the lead over Seattle Pacific. As the Falcons will get Henry Sandberg and Nakia Schoenerstedt back into the game. Mason Landak going to the free throw line. And Landak already has shot 5 in this game from the free throw line. He's 3 out of 5. Gets the first one here. And now has an opportunity to tie it up from the free throw line. Landak with 13 in the ball game. And the second one up and good as well. And we are tied at 41. Mason Landak with 14 points. 5 of them at the free throw line. Nielsen Skinner will kick it out to Marcel Stevens. And now Nielsen Skinner for Jayshawn Moore in the post, being guarded by Schoenerstedt. And Moore goes to work, shoots over Schoenerstedt and puts it in. Jayshawn Moore with his 3rd and 4th points of the game there, putting the Saints back in front by 2. Moriarty driving on Stevens, and Stevens fouls him. A little bit of contact there. And Stevens was trying to keep Moriarty in front of him. First foul on Stevens, and the 3rd foul on the Saints here in the second half. Falcons have yet to commit a foul here in the second half. Just under 5 minutes in, or just under 5 minutes in. Here's Knapp. Schoenerstedt to Moriarty. He'll step inside. He'll go to the bucket and put it in with the left hand. Moriarty with a nice drive to the bucket there. And shields off the defender, uses the left hand. And now Landak commits a foul on Nielsen Skinner. No! This one's going... No, it's not. I thought that the Falcons were starting to walk back down the floor. The call is... The call is on Diego Trejel Delgado away from the ball. And so the Falcons will get it back. Tied at 43, and the Falcons now trying to take the lead on this possession. Schoenerstedt going around Lighthall, and it's deflected out of bounds by the Saints. The Falcons will keep it. 21 on the shot clock. And Moriarty will get it into Knapp. We'll get it back to Landak. And Landak drives and scoops it up and in. Landak got to the bucket and put it in off the glass, 45-43. Landak was 16 in this game. Here's a 3 on the way from Nielsen Skinner, and that one off the mark. Rebound to Knapp. Falcons up by 2 with possession. Trying to take down our ranked team here at Royal Brown Pavilion this afternoon. Long way to go. But this game has been tight the whole way. Here's Moriarty. And he hooks a pass in for Knapp, and Knapp can't get the shot to go down. And the rebound comes down to Stevens. Knapp has to get back down the floor. And the Falcons in position defensively. Here's Jayshawn Moore going up against Henry Sandberg. And backs down Sandberg. Sandberg may have gotten a piece of the ball, but he also got a piece of Moore. And so he will be called for the foul with 13:52 to go. As that's the first foul on Sandberg, Jayshawn Moore at the free throw line. Moore averages or shoots 67% from the stripe on the season. And his first one is up and short. He'll get another one. Grant Coleman will come in for Jackson Knapp. Coleman played a few good minutes in the first half. Only had 4 points, but looking at the stat sheet, he was plus 10. The Falcons were plus 10 when Coleman was on the floor in that first half. And Moore splits a pair of free throws. And Emmanuel Oludele will come back in for him. Falcons by a point. Landek will hand it to Moriarty. And Moriarty probing the left side. Stevens on him, and then a Lighthall comes over, and Moriarty has to find the open man. It's Sandberg for a three from the right wing, and that one off the mark. Rebound to Lighthall. Here come the Saints back the other way. Nielsen Skinner pulls up, shoots it, and a little too strong. And the rebound ends up in the hands of Landek for SPU. 45-44, they lead it as we tick down toward 13 minutes to play in the game. Schoenerstedt for Coleman. Sandberg will get it back out to Landek. 10 on the shot clock. And Landek going to work on Nielsen Skinner. Pulls up for three, and there may have been some contact there. Now Landek's going to get called for the foul coming the other way on Samuels. And Landek was not able to draw iron on that three on the other end. Trace Evans will come in, as will Jonas Latour for SPU. And the Saints with possession now, down a point. And under 13 minutes to play. Nielsen Skinner gets a screen from Lighthall now, finds Lighthall outside for the three, and that one's off the mark. And the rebound to the Falcons, Grant Coleman with it. And Coleman loses it, trying to get it to Moriarty, but the Saints able to come the other way with it. Samuels gets to the bucket and draws the foul. And he will be at the free throw line. Foul on Moriarty with 12:29 to go. Miles Samuels with 8 points in the ball game. And looking to add a couple more at the line here. Samuels averages 12.3 points per game, 71% at the free throw line, and gets the first free throw to go. He is second on the stat sheet in scoring on the Saints, but Daquan Watson has not played since November. I don't know if he's out for the entire rest of the season or not, but haven't played since November, so that would be my guess. But Samuels gets both free throws. Evans double teamed and gets through traffic there, gets it to Moriarty. And the Falcons with possession, trying to take the lead back. Evans in the post, kicks it to Moriarty. And Moriarty probes the left side of the lane. Knocked out of bounds by Nielsen Skinner. And the Falcons will have it with 8 on the shot clock. 3 players on the Saints averaging just over 12. Samuels, Trejo Delgado, and Stevens. And there's Latour flying in and throws it down. Jonas Latour puts the Falcons back in front, 47-46. And got a rise out of the crowd here. Samuels the other way, though, connects on a jumper in the lane. And the Saints take the lead right back, 48-47. Falcons back the other way. Jonas Latour has been good for a dunk a game or so lately. Here's a three from Latour, and that one goes down. And Jonas Latour with back-to-back buckets, a dunk and a three. And the Falcons lead it 50-48. Saints back the other way. Samuels pulls up for three over Evans and sticks it. And the Saints in front, 51-50. This one picking up a little bit here. As these teams heating up. Here's Moriarty. And he draws the foul. That will take us to another timeout on the floor with 10:53 remaining in the ballgame. And the Saints lead the Falcons 51-50. Jackson Knapp will come back, so will Mason Landeck, rather. And we will come back after the timeout. 51-50 your score. St. Martin's in front. Back inside Royal Brown Pavilion, Greg Sexton with you on the SP webcast. 51-50, Saints lead it. And this has been a tight ball game. Saints are out shooting the Falcons 48% to 42%. Falcons are out shooting the Saints from downtown 47% to 36%. And at the free throw line, the Falcons are 8 out of 11. The Saints are 4 out of 7. And Falcons with possession, again, trying to retake the lead. As Landeck drives, and that one rims out. And Knapp takes it back away from Lighthall. And Knapp lays it up and in. And the Falcons do retake the lead. Here's Nielsen Skinner feeding Lighthall, going to the bucket. Couldn't get the shot to go, but draws the foul. With 10:30 to play, the foul on Coleman. And it'll send Dyson Lighthall to the free throw line. Lighthall is 59% from the free throw line coming into the game. And he did take a trip to the line in the first half. And went actually 0 for 2. He misses on the first one here, too. He's now 0 for 3 in the game. Next free throw is good for Lighthall. So he gets on the board and ties the game at 52 apiece. Lighthall with 5 points overall in the game. Oladele out there. I think he's been out there. Trejo Delgado just checked in for the Saints. And we're tied at 52. Final 10.5 to go here from Royal Brown Pavilion. Knapp across midcourt. And a foul called. And Samuels is going to get called for that one. That is his third. 16 fouls on the Saints. The next one will put the Falcons in the bonus. Here's Sandberg for Knapp in the post. Being guarded by Oludele. And kicks it out to Coleman. Coleman drives on Trejo Delgado, and Trejo Delgado blocked a shot emphatically. Here's Oludele the other way. And he will scoop it up and leave it short. And the Falcons with the rebound. Falcons, both these teams have traded some blows offensively and defensively in this game. Knapp kicks it out. Coleman. Now Latour takes a quick three. And Jonas Latour knocks in another one. Latour's got that quick release, and he's accurate from out there. 14 points in the game for Jonas Latour. As here is Nielsen Skinner getting into the lane and misses the shot. And may have gotten poked in the eye in the process. As the Falcons collect the rebound and go the other way with a 3-point lead. Here's Knapp. At least, I think Nielsen Skinner, I don't know if he took one to the eye or the face anyway. Sandberg gets it to Knapp in the post, and Knapp is trapped, kicks it back out. Sandberg going to shoot from just inside the arc and miss on that one, and Sandberg has not hit a shot yet today. And he can hit from outside, but so far not able to connect this afternoon. Here's Nielsen Skinner. Finds Trejo Delgado going to the bucket and couldn't get the shot to go. The Saints were able to get the offensive rebound and miss on another one. And the Falcons, another good defensive possession there. Taking it back, up by 3. 8:20 to go in the ballgame. Landek hooks it back out for Coleman. He's got a 3 on the way. Grant Coleman knocks it in. And the Falcons go up by 6. 58-52. Big 3 there for Coleman, and he's got 7 points in the ball game. And the Falcons with a 6-point lead, 58-52. Timeout, St. Martin's. We'll be right back in just a moment on the SPU webcast.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than talent. More than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Back inside Royal Borough Pavilion, Greg Sexton with you on the SP webcast. Falcons lead it by 6, 58-52. A couple of big threes, one from Latour and the last one from Coleman. And the Falcons are 9 out of 18 from distance. Latour is 4 out of 7. Landek is 3 out of 5. And Coleman, really, that was just his first one. No, I'm sorry. They just put his, it was his second. He had one in the first half. Now Knapp with the rebound on the missed shot, and the Falcons with a 6-point lead and the ball with 8 minutes to play. Falcons trying to keep the momentum going on their side as they lead it by 6. Yeah, Coleman is now 2 for 2. And so, check what I said about them being 9 for 18 from distance. They're 10 out of 19. Here's Landek, a 3 on the way. That one just rimmed out. And the Saints with the rebound back the other way. Falcons now 10 out of 20 from distance. As here is Stevens stepping back, shooting over Coleman, and that one is off the front rim. No good. Rebound to Trejo Delgado, and he'll put it back up and in. And the Saints back within 4 at 58-54, 7:15 to play. Moriarty for Knapp, and now Landek. Here's Knapp in the backcourt, has it poked out of bounds. And the Saints the Falcons are going to have, we're going to get to immediate timeout. So I was thinking that the Falcons were not going to have a lot of time to get it across the timeline, but I don't think that's a factor now with the timeout. I think that is actually Daquan Watson down on the floor with his arm in a sling, so I would assume he's out for the season. Julian Mora for the Falcons in a walking boot, and most likely he is done for the year as well. But we'll keep it here. This is a full timeout. It's a media timeout too, but I don't have any rules that say I have to take a break at each timeout. So, looking over the stats here, the Saints now 43%, the Falcons 42%, so they are inching closer in overall shooting. And the Falcons 50% from downtown, 10 out of 20. Saints are 5 out of 14. Falcons are 8 of 11 from the free throw line. The Saints are 5 out of 9. And the Falcons have out-rebounded the Saints 30-25 in this game. Where the Saints have a little bit of an advantage is in turnovers, as the Falcons have turned it over 9 times. The Saints have turned it over 6 times. So both teams really have taken pretty good care of the basketball in this game. And the Saints also with the advantage in points in the paint, 26-18 there. But Falcons with the edge in rebounding. And they've been able to hit from distance, as Landek will take another timeout, as he took a look and didn't see anybody come open, and he took another, this will be a 30-second timeout. So back-to-back timeouts, the media timeout, now the 30-second timeout. And we'll keep it right here. The Falcons have outscored the Saints by 5 here in the second half. They were down by 1 at halftime. And the largest lead for the Falcons in this half, or in the game, is 6 points. It was 58-52 a moment ago. The Saints led by 5 in the first half at one point, 17-12. But this has been tight the whole game, as Landek with Nielsen Skinner on him, and now gets it to Moriarty. And this one out of bounds, and it's going back to the Saints, as Sandberg couldn't handle it. And now the Saints back the other way. Down 4, 6:45 to play. Nielsen Skinner gets it to Marcel Stevens down the lane. Couldn't get the shot to go, as Gilstrap tried to get it back up. Knapp is calling for a walk, but I think that the Falcons may have been called for a foul there. They'll sort this out. It is going to be a foul. And that is on Mason Landek. Latour will come back in for Sandberg. Sandberg still no points in the ball game. And Sandberg's had a rough go of it this afternoon. Here is Samuels shooting over Latour, and that one's off the mark, and Moriarty takes the rebound away from Gilstrap. And the Falcons back the other way, leading by 4. Landek for Latour from the corner, and he comes up short. Knapp gets a piece of it, taps it back up. Gilstrap comes down with this one, though. And here's Nielsen Skinner taking it all the way. High arcing shot, and he draws the foul. Let's see here. Now this is going to go against Gilstrap, as Nielsen Skinner, I thought, was able to get a foul call there on the take to the bucket, but not able to do so. And this puts the Falcons in the bonus. So Gilstrap fouled Trace Evans, and Evans will go to the free throw line with 6:03 to go. This will be a 1-and-1. And Evans is just a 50% free throw shooter, but he gets the first one to go. And puts the Falcons up by 5. Evans with that wrap on the left shoulder. He missed a couple of games, missed the one against St. Martin's in early January, and knocks down both free throws and gets the Falcons back out to a 6-point lead. Here's Nielsen Skinner dropping it off for Gilstrap, but Moriarty got a hand in there, takes it away. And now Landek will get it to Knapp across midcourt. Landek with possession as the Falcons slow things down. Moriarty to Landek on the left wing. Latour finds Landek. He's got to kick it back out. Falcons rotated around. Evans for Latour. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Knapp. Knapp's got to get the shot up. Does. And that one off the rim. Knapp just a little too strong on the take to the glass there. Here's Jaysean Moore back the other way. Gets it to Nielsen Skinner. And the Saints set up a possession down 6. This one to Gilstrap. And Moore ends up with it. Gilstrap lost it. And the Saints keep possession. Nielsen Skinner over Moriarty, and he puts it in. Tough shot for Nielsen Skinner. And he's got 16 points in the game now. 12 in the first half. And the Saints back within 4, 60-56. Moriarty for Knapp. And now Moriarty gets it to Latour. A 3 on the way, and that one rims off. Goes out of bounds, and the Saints will take it back with 4:36 to go. Dyson Lighthall going to check in for Gavin Gilstrap. For the Saints. And Nielsen Skinner will pick the ball up in the backcourt and bring it across. 4-point game. Falcons have led by as many as 6 a couple of times here in the second half. Stevens will get the screen. He'll try to get it back to Lighthall, but Evans is there to take it away. And the Falcons back the other direction. Falcons have made some big plays on defense here in this second half, stepping up the intensity. Landek to Moriarty. Back to Landek. Now Moriarty has it knocked right back to him. And now Landek will get it in the post for Knapp. Here's Latour, a 3 from the corner, and that one too strong. Samuels the rebound. And Samuels will bring it across midcourt. Latour has missed his last couple of threes. Nielsen Skinner gets deep and walks with the basketball. Dragged the pivot foot. I think there was the call there. It goes back to SPU either way. And the Falcons will have it with 3:42 to go in the game, up by 4, 60-56. Final media timeout of the game. We'll probably have a couple more timeouts called by the coaches before this one is said and done. But we'll be right back on the SPU webcast. Coming down to the wire here in Seattle, 3:42 to play. Falcons by 4 as they try to pull into a third-place tie with St. Martin's in the conference standings. And St. Martin's trying to go up 2 games on SPU if they can pull this one out. And St. Martin's would have a chance to actually vault back into second place over the loser of Northwest Nazarene and Central Washington. Falcons, though, with designs on an upset win here over the number 25 ranked team in the country. Landek gets it to Latour, and he is able to kiss it off the glass for 2. Jonas Latour, 16 points in the game. As that was supposed to be an alley-oop, but we get a whistle. Timeout called, I believe. Yes, by St. Martin's. With 3:10 to go, as Landek was throwing it up there for Latour. Latour did not catch it in a position to dunk it, but was able to get it in off the glass. and Latour with 16 points for the Falcons. Jaden Nielsen-Skinner with 16. Miles Samuels with 15 and 9 rebounds for the Saints. I said that Nielsen-Skinner had 12 in the first half. He had 14 in the first half, so he just registered his first points of the second half. Landeck and Latour each with 16. And Knapp closing in on a double-double. He's got 8 points and 10 rebounds. So if he can get another 2 points on the board, he will have a double-double. This one, I thought that was out of bounds, but the official didn't call it that way. Latour kicks it out now. Looked like Moore had the ball on the sideline, and the official was looking right at it. As Coleman comes up with the steal there. Just out-hustled the Saints for that one. And the Falcons with a 6-point lead, under 3 minutes to play. Falcons trying to close the deal here. Long way to go. Landeck to Coleman. He'll give it back to Landeck. 11 on the shot clock. Landeck's going to pull up for 3 over Stevens. And Landeck knocks it in. Mason Landeck puts the Falcons up by 9. 65-56, their largest lead of the game. 2:30 to play. Here's Trejo Delgado into the lane. Can't get the shot to go. And Moriarty with the rebound. And the Falcons with 2:20 to go. Leading by 9. Landeck a big 3 a moment ago. And the Falcons with 11 made threes in this game. Here's Knapp. Going up against Samuels. Now Knapp cross court for Latour. Gets it to Coleman. Coleman back out to Landeck. Landeck drives. Goes up over Jayshon Moore. Couldn't get the shot to go, as he had to shield Moore off of him and then put it up with the offhand. This one, though, turned over by the Saints as it goes out of bounds, and the Falcons will take it back up by 9 with 1:51 to go. Falcons with possession as they'll wipe up the floor here. That's the reason for the delay. Tough to see everything in that corner from up where I'm at. I'm above the court, but really above the St. Martin's bench. As the Falcons will inbound it. Here's Moriarty getting it into the front court and has it knocked away. And now Trejo Delgado comes up with it. Gets it to Nielsen-Skinner, takes it to the bucket, and lays it up and in. And the Saints forcing a turnover there and getting a bucket out of it. And they trail by 7 with 1:30 to go. And they're pressing in the backcourt. Falcons are able to get it across, though. Here's Landeck. And Landeck will get it to Knapp. Saints playing tight defense. Falcons taking care of the ball on this possession. Moriarty gets to the bucket, lays it up and in. Owen Moriarty, a quieter day than he had on Thursday night, as there's a timeout called from the bench by Aaron Landon, as the Saints trail by 9 with 1:01 to go in this ball game. 67-58. Timeout Saints. And this will be a full timeout, so we will take another break here on the SPU webcast. We'll be right back in just a minute.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Back inside Royal Brown Pavilion as the score here is 67-58. Taking a look at, I was trying to get a score from Northwest Nazarene and Central Washington, but I'm unable to do it from here. Western Washington did defeat Alaska Fairbanks in Fairbanks 89-84. But here we have a 9-point game, and that one up and good from 3 as Stevens cashes it in. And he's got 7 points in the ball game. It's a 6-point lead for SPU. Under a minute to play. And the Falcons will get it past the timeline there. Landek gets fouled by Trejo Delgado. And Landek having to tie his shoe here. We'll get back up to his feet. He's got the pink shoes. The Falcons women playing the pink game. This is interesting here, as both teams went over to Kefri Fazio for a minute. Fazio was trying to talk to his team, and I think just the delay here due to the floor needing to be wiped up. And so Fazio seizes the opportunity there, and then Aaron Landon does as well. But the Saints were all over there in the Falcons huddle as Moriarty takes the inbounds pass, gets it to Latour. Latour hooks it back out to Landek. 44 seconds to go. 6-point lead for SPU. Coleman trapped on the sideline, and he draws the foul. This will take us to another timeout. Or did the Falcons call timeout there? Kefri Fazio out on the court. And I believe that they did just say, did they tee? They didn't tee him up. It's an official. No, it's a timeout called by SPU. Was what they were. They pointed toward the Falcons. Fazio was out there at mid-court and was making sure that he got the timeout and had a point to make to the officials. But the way the fans reacted here, I thought that maybe Fazio had gotten teed up. May have been the Saints fans. No, they did call a technical foul on Kefri Fazio. And that is not... You're the head coach with a 6-point lead and 40 seconds left in the game. You can't be picking up a technical foul in a scenario like that. We'll see if the Falcons are able to still pull this one out in spite of the technical foul just whistled against their coach in the final minute of the game. Not something that you want to see. Nielsen Skinner misses the free throw. He'll get one more. Jaden Nielsen Skinner, an 87% free throw shooter. So a rare miss for him. Here's another one coming, and he gets that one to get the Saints back within 5. But it'll be possession to the Falcons. They had the ball. And Fazio got whistled for the technical. And now the Falcons almost turned it over, but Latour ends up with it. Here's Moriarty, double-teamed and fouled with 35.6 left. And Falcons want to keep their cool here. That is very... You don't really see Fazio picking up a lot of technicals. And it's the first time I've seen him pick one up here at home. But this will be a 1-and-1 scenario here. But Moriarty at the free throw line, nearly automatic. He does get the first to go. Moriarty coming into this game shooting 89% from the stripe. And gets the Falcons back out to a 6-point lead. And we saw this at the end of the first half. Jacob Harper coming onto the floor for St. Martin's. And he played 16 seconds in the first half. He's out there within the final minute of the second half as well. And not sure really the reasoning. Moriarty knocks down 2 free throws. It's a 7-point game. But Aaron Landon not playing him a lot. Moriarty comes up with the steal. And the Falcons with possession in the front court. Moriarty holds onto the ball and draws the foul. And the foul going against Diego Trejo Delgado, and that is his 5th. And so he has fouled out of the game. Jay Sean Moore will come back in for him. Moriarty going to the free throw line. 23.7 left on the clock. And the Falcons about to pull a monumental, maybe not monumental, but this is an upset for the Falcons, beating a ranked team even at home. Moriarty knocks in the first free throw. He'll get one more. It's an 8-point game here. And Moriarty to the free throw line for another attempt. It's now a 9-point lead. And we're inside of now 20 seconds as Stevens launches a three and gets it to go. 18.7 left. And it's a 6-point game. And so St. Martin's still with a glimmer of hope here as Stevens fouls Landak. 17.4 left on the clock. And Stevens picks up his third. Landak to the free throw line. Basically, if you're St. Martin's here, you need Landak to miss both of these. Go get a three. Get another turnover and another three. And the probability of all that happening, not good, but Landak misses on the first free throw. And so the Saints still down 2 possessions, 17.4 left. And Landak, if he can hit this free throw here, that's going to do SPU a lot of good. And that one rolls in. And it's a 7-point game with 17 seconds left. Harper will get it inbounds to Stevens. And Stevens will pull up from 3, and that one off the mark. Samuels, the rebound, kicks it out to Stevens for a deep 3, and that one off the mark. And now Coleman with possession for the Falcons. And he's going to throw it up the floor. And that is going to do it. The Falcons knock off the Saints 72-65 here at Royal Brown. 4-0 on the homestand. And they get to 7-4 in conference play. The Saints drop to 7-4. They are now in a third-place tie as the teams split the season series. The Saints won back on January 2nd in Lacey, and the Falcons returned the favor here in Seattle on February 1st. 4 weeks to go in the season, and the Falcons are really just going to have 2 more home games. They're going to close out with 5 out of their last 7 on the road. But a big win here at Brown Pavilion, the 8th straight home win for SPU dating back to December. And SPU growing by leaps and bounds. You see it as the season has progressed here. They get back to the 500 mark overall, 11-11. They are, as I mentioned, 7-4 in conference. St. Martin's with a rare loss, a rare 0-2 week as they lost at Billings. And they lose here at Royal Brougham as well. They're now 18-6 on the season, 7-4 in conference. So a much better overall record for the Saints than for the Falcons. But Falcons get the win here at home, 72-65. And they are applauding their fans for coming out and supporting them. As Owen Moriarty with a hug for, I believe those are family members that came out to support him. Falcons end up shooting 41%. The Saints shot 42%, but the Falcons 11 out of 24 from distance, and the Saints were just 7 out of 18. That was not a bad shooting performance for the Saints either. 39%. Falcons shot 46% from beyond the arc. And the Falcons get to the line 8 more times than the Saints do. They score 9 more from the free throw line, 15 out of 19 for the Falcons, 6 out of 11 for the Saints. Both teams end up with 33 rebounds. Both teams end up with 7 offensive rebounds and 26 defensive rebounds. There were 12 ties in the game, 15 lead changes. And really, neither team held the lead for more than 20 minutes in the game. Falcons led for 17 minutes, 10 seconds. The Saints led for 14 minutes and 38 seconds. Very even ball game here this afternoon. The largest lead was 9 for the Falcons. They led it 71-62 late in the ball game. Both teams turned it over 12 times. This was about as even of a game as you could ask for, but it goes the way of the Falcons. And a lot of that having to do with knocking down a few more threes and a few more free throws. Jaden Nielsen Skinner goes 7 out of 14 from the floor, 3 out of 6 from distance. He scores 19 in a losing effort. Miles Samuels goes for 15 and 11 rebounds, 5 assists as well. Great ball game for Samuels. The overall stat line, 15 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. And Marcel Stevens goes for 10 points. Those are the only 3 Saints in double figures in this game. The Falcons with 20 points from Mason Landak, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal. 16 points from Jonas Latour, including 4 out of 10 from deep. He was shooting it better from out there. Ended up 4 out of 10, but 4 big threes. Landak went 4 out of 7 from distance. Grant Coleman, a couple of big threes, goes 2 for 2 from distance. He chips in 7 off the bench. He's the only Falcon bench player to score in this game, as Moriarty gets 13 points, 4 rebounds, 4 steals for Owen Moriarty, and Trace Evans with 8 points, 5 rebounds. Jackson Knapp, 8 points, 11 rebounds, coming up just a couple of points short of a double-double. Sandberg held scoreless, had a couple of assists and a rebound, went 0 for 4 from the floor. And Schoenerstedt did not take a shot in this game. But the Falcons, Landak in particular, and I mentioned Latour also, really growing by leaps and bounds as the season has progressed. And Landak cashes in 20 points here in a Falcons win, 72-65, the final. Both the men's and women's teams are going to go out on the road next week. The men's team will be at Simon Fraser on Thursday, and then at Western Washington on Saturday. Big games, particularly the Western Washington game is going to be a big one. They will have the top 2 teams coming into today, the top 2 teams in the conference, Northwest Nazarene and Central Washington, will be the final 2 home games for the Falcons. So the Central Washington game on February 15th is going to be Senior Day. And then they close out with 3 on the road against the Alaska schools and at MSU Billings for the final on the season finale on March 1st. Falcons are in position to get into the GNAC tournament and maybe get a fairly high seed in that tournament as well, as they are tied for 3rd with St. Martin's in the conference as they win it this afternoon over the 25th ranked team in the country, 72-65. We will be with you next on February 13th. We will actually have women's basketball against Northwest Nazarene at 5:15 on that day, and then men's basketball at 7:30 against Northwest Nazarene as well. And then both teams will take on Central Washington. The Falcons women's team, their schedule plays out a little differently, so they'll actually close out at home. But the men's team, Senior Day is going to be on the 15th, 2 weeks from today. 72-65, again, the final. Falcons get it done over the St. Martin Saints. A huge win as the Falcons go 4-0 on the homestand. They have won 8 straight at home. We will talk to you on February 13th from Royal Brown Pavilion, as we will have a doubleheader with both the women's and men's teams playing that evening. We will talk to you then. Have a good rest of your weekend.